If you've been watching Bobby Witt Jr. in 2025, then you know what's up.
It's Bobby colliding with the second baseman Lofton. He back. Oh, he got it!
Rose in time.
Lifted it short, and he will. Bobby Witt Jr. from shallow left field.
But if you haven't, you're about to become a believer. Bobby Witt Jr. isn't just playing well. He's making baseball history in real time, and somehow most people still haven't fully caught on. In 2024, he joined the all-exclusive club as the only player in all of MLB history to record 80 home runs and 120 stolen bases in the first 3 seasons in the major leagues. It took everyone else 5 seasons, but Bobby, the boy did it in 3. And yet, even with those numbers, the world still talks about other names when the next face of baseball conversation comes up. But here's the wild part. He's continued this rich vein of form in 2025. Remember that game versus the Orioles? Bobby showed up like a man on a mission with that 3-hit play.
Belted as his second home run of the
Highlight after highlight, he's putting the entire league on notice. And the scary truth is this: Bobby Witt Jr. is already on his way to being the most complete shortstop in baseball. And if he keeps getting better at this pace, he will be. And you don't gotta take our word for it. We're about to walk through the stats, the records, the ridiculous highlight games, and the quotes from coaches and analysts who've seen this kid up close. By the end of the video, one thing will be crystal clear. If you're still sleeping on Bobby Witt Jr., you're in for a rude awakening. Let's rewind the clock. Back in 2019, Bobby Witt Jr. was the golden boy of the MLB draft. A 5-tool phenom out of Colleyville Heritage High School in Texas. Scouts were drooling over his bat speed, fielding range, baseball IQ, you name it. He went 2nd overall right behind Adley Rutschman. Expectations were sky high from the moment he put on a Royals cap. But here's the problem. Witt's path to stardom didn't turn out to be as smooth as people thought it would be. When he made his MLB debut in April of 2022, fans expected fireworks. Instead, what they got was a learning curve. He finished his rookie year with a .254 average and a .294 OBP. Solid, but far from the generational numbers people had envisioned. Even more concerning, his defense. In 2022 and 2023, Bobby ranked near the bottom of the league in defensive metrics for shortstops, racking up negative outs above average and struggling with consistency in the field. And to no surprise, critics started whispering, he's overhyped. He's just a tools guy. Maybe he's not built for the shortstop position. By the end of 2023, the buzz had shifted. Julio Rodriguez was the new superstar. Gunnar Henderson was turning heads. Paul Skeens was making noise. And Witt, he wasn't in that conversation anymore. But what nobody realized was that silence only spurred Bobby Witt Jr. to get back on his grind and find his way. When the 2024 season rolled around, Bobby didn't just bounce back, he detonated. This was the year he flipped every narrative, crushed every doubt, and forced the baseball world to take notice. Witt dropped some serious numbers throughout the season, and his stat line? Beyond impressive. A .332 average, .389 OBP, .588 slugging, and a .977 OPS aren't numbers you sniff at. And when you combine that with his 32 home runs, 109 RBIs, 11 triples, and 31 stolen bases, you'll realize it wasn't just a good year for Bobby, it was historic. He became the 3rd Royals player to lead the American League in batting average, and his 211 hits were the 5th most in club history. That's the kind of production that puts your name in Cooperstown conversations. While Bobby's bat was electric, his defensive glow-up might have been even more shocking. Just a year earlier, he ranked near the bottom of all shortstops in advanced fielding metrics. But in 2024, he finished with 16 outs above average, ranking 2nd among all MLB shortstops. Dude went from defensive liability to defensive force, and he wasn't just surviving at shortstop, he was owning it. And all of it, the homers, the hustle, the highlight throws from the hole, it wasn't coming in garbage time. Witt was a problem for opposing teams every single night. He led the American League in triples at 11. He ranked top 5 in stolen bases league-wide. He notched career highs in every major offensive category. batting average, RBIs, slugging, and OPS. And with a 10.4 WAR, he didn't just become the Royals' best player. He became one of the most valuable players in the entire AL. And the best part, he made it look effortless.
That is beyond the green and into the water.
2024 wasn't just a bounce back for Bobby. It was a breakout so loud you'd think every sports channel would be talking about him. But somehow, most still weren't. So how did Bobby Witt Jr. go from a flashy prospect with flaws to one of the most consistent forces in the league? How did he find his way back? Well, the answer is pretty simple: intentional growth. After the 2023 season, Witt didn't just hit the gym. He went to work on every single hole in his game. First up, defense. He knew the numbers and he saw the film. He made it a mission to turn shortstop from a weak spot into a stronghold. He worked on first step explosiveness, adjusted his positioning, and refined his throws under pressure. The result? A full-scale transformation that no one anticipated. Bobby jumped from negative metrics to 16 outs above average in 2024, second best among all shortstops in baseball and the best in the American League. But he wasn't done. At the plate, Witt wanted more patience and more power. So in the offseason, he attacked his plate discipline, studying pitch sequences, learning to track spin, and training to handle high-velocity heat inside. He also focused on explosive lower body power, using plyometrics and reaction drills to boost both his bat speed and his stolen base instincts. And his training wasn't just about strength, it was about control, about timing, about mastering the little moments that turn a good swing into a dangerous one. Witt didn't just settle for highlight plays. He re-engineered his game so that every play could be a highlight, and that's what makes what's coming next even scarier. And if you thought 2024 was the peak, Bobby Witt Jr. is making sure you know. He's just getting warmed up.
His first-round pick from last year, and Bobby Witt Jr. goes sliding across the line and makes a fair ball catch.
From the very first pitch of 2025, Witt's looked like a man on a mission. From opening day, he's shown the world exactly what he's on. Remember the clean strike that got him his first home run of the year? You couldn't have asked for a cleaner hit. Bobby didn't ease into the season. He exploded out of the gate, and he hasn't slowed down since. He's reminded everyone that he's not just a slugger or a speedster. He's both. And if he keeps it up, the sky's the limit for him and the Royals. As of May 14th, 2025, here's what Witt Jr. has done in just 45 games. 312 batting average, 384 OBP, 520 slugging percentage, 5 home runs, 15 stolen bases, and 25 RBIs. He's on pace to match, if not surpass, his insane 2024 numbers. And this time, pitchers know what's coming, but they still can't stop it. Now, the analysts are finally admitting it, with many of them saying that Bobby might be the most dynamic player in baseball right now. And the truth is, he is. He's been the best player in the league since 2023. The stats are there, but the hype, not so much. Bobby isn't waiting for another all-star nod. He's not playing for awards. He's playing like a guy who wants to take over the league. And if his current form holds, 2025 could be the season Bobby Witt Jr. goes from underrated star to unquestioned MVP contender. With a season like Witt's had in 2024 and the way he started 2025, you'd expect him to be all over MLB highlight reels, talk shows, and MVP debates. And yeah, he's getting some recognition, but not all he deserves. He won the 2024 Silver Slugger Award for American League shortstops. He was an all-star starter. He even finished top 5 in AL MVP voting alongside names like Aaron Judge and Yordan Alvarez. It's elite company. But still, he's not the name people are throwing around when they talk about the next face of baseball. You don't have to be a huge Bobby fan to know that the likes of Julio Rodriguez get more headlines. Even Corbin Carroll has more hype. It might sound crazy, but rookies like Jackson Chourio and Wyatt Langford are pulling the spotlight in ways Witt sometimes doesn't, which is insane, because this guy's resume is already stacked. And more importantly, dude's only 24. People inside the game know the truth though. Witt Jr. is what happens when raw speed meets superstar mentality. Harold Reynolds of the MLB Network had plenty to say about what he could achieve. Royals manager Matt Quatraro knew what he was saying when he called him the heartbeat of the clubhouse. And whether you like him or not, there's no doubt that a fit and firing Bobby could improve almost every team in the MLB. It took him a minute to get going, but Bob is working harder than ever. Even his teammates can attest to that. You could say he's starting to become a household name, but the truth is, he should have been already. The guy's already producing like a franchise cornerstone, and he still hasn't fully arrived in the national spotlight. But that silence, well, it won't last much longer. Here's the scary truth. Bobby Witt Jr. just had one of the greatest all-around seasons in modern baseball history. He became the first player to hit 80-plus home runs and 120-plus stolen bases in 3 straight seasons. He's won a Silver Slugger, started in the All-Star game, and finished top 5 in MVP voting. But you can't help but feel that little static, almost like people are skeptical if he has it in him to hit that top ceiling they know he could. And that's maybe why he's not getting all the hype he really deserves. So here we are in 2025, and Witt's leveled up again. His bat speed is quicker, his plate discipline is sharper. He's stealing more bags, slugging with more power, and playing smarter baseball than ever before. He's doing everything you want in a superstar, but with little to no care for the attention and the unnecessary pressure it brings. And that right there is what makes Witt Jr. even more dangerous. He doesn't chase the headlines. He just keeps getting better, quietly, consistently, relentlessly. So if you haven't been paying attention, now's the time. Because when the dust settles on the 2025 season, there's a good chance we'll all be looking at Bobby Witt Jr. not just as the most complete shortstop in baseball, but as the new face of the game. So drop your thoughts in the comments. Is Bobby Witt Jr. the most slept-on superstar in MLB? And can he carry the Royals into postseason contention this year? And how long before he's officially considered that guy?